This is AFO for 12-15-76.
I feel fine. No, nothing particular. Okay. I feel very comfortable. I feel sort of a closeness with the space where I am. I've also had a very strong sensation of just flying or rushing. But I don't see anything. I don't feel as though I'm in any place that I can recognize or can identify. Contact after moving through the blue and then green and then just sort of immersing myself in purple. And I got a contact, and it's coming from directly in front of me. And I can't, it's not clear. I kind of felt like this was sort of shouting and couldn't get through to me. But I do feel like it's there.
Ask then, in that contact, ask who it is if you can.
Asking this ever since I met the contact. I actually see nothing. It's just I'm sensing this. And I ask a name, and it's a very, I can't understand it. And I finally got something, well, I got Mentor, which I don't know. But that's the strongest impression I got at all. And I do feel like it's right there in front of me. Yes.
Ask then, or express the desire for a contact that will make you in contact with a communication, and that communication being with any what we call spaceships beyond Earth, if such exist, and stress if such exist.
Okay. And before, he was sort of like beating on the balloon to get through to me. And when I asked this, he reached inside the balloon, and I am now without it. And he and I are traveling. I don't feel that this mentor has any physical form or any form for me at all. But at this moment, I'm not having one, and we are just, I still feel the flying sensation. Yet I'm not perceiving anything. I just feel us moving as if to meet something.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Ask where you are going.
All I got was you will see.
And then report any change in perception as it takes place.
Okay. So I'm on ground, and I'm looking at what seems to me to be like a fueling station or an airport. However, it's not part of it's in space, wherever it is. It's not. I'm trying to see clear.
Do you feel comfortable with your contact mentor?
I feel fine.
Good.
Asked, what was going on, 'cause, and I'm getting this picture. It's sort of a landing area, a place for refuel. I'm sort of looking at a being at this moment who was walking from one of the crafts into a sort of domed building. As I look at this being, I'm getting first a shape, but the shape is just constantly changing or just moving around, so that every time I perceive it, it's changed. And sort of for me, or what I get out of this, is that this being or this energy field has no actual physical shape at all, and it's more or less just how I perceive it. That it's sort of an illusionment for me that he can, appear to be any shape that he feels necessary for. The object itself that I am looking, well, I'm just seeing, I don't know, just what I would always imagine a spaceship to look. It has sort of the two plates coming together, forming a tight bond around the outside, and then a dome or round shape, sort of like maybe Jupiter with the sphere going around it, and at the crest of the sphere, or the edge of the sphere, are a glass window sections all the way around the thing. It's landed, and it's got the bottom half of it is sort of opened up into an entrance. I don't see, it has no, from a plane, it has no, I don't see any landing wheels or anything. I'm going over to this ship at this time. I don't understand, because I went up to the ship, and at first it just knocked my head and sort of just stunned me. And then I walked back up to it and put my hand through it.
Ask your friend what is the cause of this.
Okay. Vehicle carries different, these entities from different places, or different spheres of reality, or different levels, and it has the power to make itself concrete, so that when I did feel it, or it has the power to not be there at all in this reality, or just to move that quickly in between the two, so that it's moving faster than I can see, because as I put my hand through it, I didn't see it disappear, and yet it had. It can move that one plane to another, so that I don't even see it move. I don't know.
Ask your mentor if he will guide you inside of it.
Okay. Gone to that entrance that I told you, and the bottom, that we were standing at the bottom of it, and it has risen up to shut, and we are standing like a foot below in a white area. It looks to be maybe 6 foot circle type area, and look, okay, I feel like I'm being looked down upon, so I'm looking up. And I'm getting a very clear picture of over this, where we came in, over the entrance door, it's sort of a dome within a dome, a very kind of a sheared, bubbly thing. And this is how this section of the plane is separated from the others. And there are people or beings that, of the first time I saw the being outside, how they look to me, they are looking down on me. And to describe this would be a very human physique, yet I see no real facial features at all, just very blank. But I do see an eye. No hair, no ears, no mouth, no nose. Just an eye. And color-wise, they're a tannish brown. I guess they're as odd with me being there as I am looking up at them. We're in this bubble that I feel is to it's a protective purpose for the other for the energy fields or the energy beings. Protect it. If something is to come aboard this ship, it's sort of like a contaminating center to make sure that it's a pure or it will not hurt or it doesn't have any harmful or something that they don't know about. It's decontaminating. It's a study area to watch whatever they've brought aboard. I did not go through their normal access. Then this would be how this is their study, their control, their research thing. I did not go through their normal entrance into the ship at all. This is especially for the purpose of bringing on a different entity or some physical, well, not physical, but just anything, a rock, pick it up. This is how they bring it on into their ship. I feel like I'm going to be watched for a while.
Are these males and females?
I get a neutered sex. I'm down in a hole and I'm just looking up and they're looking back down and I can't see out. I'm standing down below, as I said, and then there's an area, and then I look up to them, and in this area are sort of doorways. Everything's shut. So I'm going to sit down.
All right.
Down. Water came into where I was standing on that white circle, a water. My feet are in water.
Does it feel comfortable?
Oh, it feels great. It's moving, it's filling up the whole bubble. It doesn't disturb me in the least little bit.
Ask the purpose.
I have to find Mintar. But strange, Mintar is up above looking down on me also.
Attempt to communicate with him. Ask what you should do. I communicated with him. It is just to cleanse me or my energy body. It's just a bathing. It's not. It's a watery substance. It's not our water. It's a very cleansing, pure. It's almost it shimmers. Sort of what I would imagine quicksand to shimmer. Very good. Mm-hmm.
It's also, I'm complete. The whole bubble is completely filled with this, and I feel perfectly at ease. Which I find extremely amazing.
That's good. That's fine.
slowly beginning to drain out. I have seen no faucet, nor have I seen a drain, but the water is leaving the room, the bubble. Slowly, it's sort of like watching a glass splash, the water splashing to the sides, back and forth. Well, now there is a very strong suction in this bubble. Very strong. It's being in a blow dryer or one of those hand things.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
I keep asking Mintar what is going on, and he's just observing. The bubble's opening. It's down. It's blended right in with the floor. I can't even tell that there ever was a bubble now. And I'm standing up. I'm out of the white air, and I'm standing in the room itself. And a door is opened, and I'm going to go through. And see, I'm at the level where the windows were, and there's sort of, it's sort of a cushiony room. There are no actual chairs, the whole thing. And you can look out, and I'm looking out, and it's a hard thing for me to see out the windows, and I don't know why. I can see a movement. I can see a brightness coming around from my left into the window to the furthest side, and kind of like a sunbeam. And yet the rest of it it's not black. It's dark. I don't see any stars or planets or anything like that other than the one sunbeam. So now, instead of, I get the feeling I'm supposed to go on with this room. So instead of looking out the windows, I'm going to go directly to my set of stairs, which are, I'm looking for, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm looking for bolts for the stairs. I want to know how it's put together. And there are none. None anywhere. It's sort of like it was just none anywhere at all. So I'm going up the stairs, and I've gone up to where these beings are. I'm not quite there. Blue. Blue is the color. Not of the beings, but of the room. It's their control room. It's, oh wow, it's sort of, like in a little entrance foyer where these beings are. And they're all just, they're not, unfriendly at all. Sort of kind of they're all greeting me, not in a normal or in our way of greeting one. They are just coming over to me, and more or less sort of a touching sensation. Or 3 plus Mintar, who still has no physical being. If I go around the corner of this, they don't want me to go quite yet. I don't know why. I'm not going to go until they want me to go. They are just still watching me. I'm going to ask Mintar what's going on. Wow, there's this terrific jolt that just occurred. Sort of like the ship was hit, but I know it wasn't. I don't know. But then it didn't seem to affect, well, everyone else felt it, but it didn't. We are moving. That's what the jolt was. Moving at an accelerated rate, speed. Change to gear. Now we've gone around the corner and I'm walking down 3 stairs. And I am in the control, not observatory control, but the actual workings of this spaceship. And there are various beings in here. This is on the other side of where I was earlier with the window. These windows are larger than I had perceived. It's just a working. These people are working, or these beings are working on getting this spacecraft somewhere. Just watching them perform their various duties, I'm kind of awed at what I'm seeing. Just to smooth everything, so many devices, everything computerized. These people are just watching and still have their same form, still appear to me in the same manner. And the window is there. This window isn't the same window as before. This is, they've opened this for me. These are not the windows that I had seen as I left my first entry point, the small windows that I had noticed from the outside. They have opened up this screen. This is not usually opened. It's not necessary. It's not. This other windows were for people to watch and enjoy. This is, they've opened this for me to see what's going on. And I'm looking out this window. And I must be tired because I'm sitting back down on the stairs just looking out the window. And right now I'm gonna try to talk with Mintar.
Yes, ask him, are you in this close to the planet Earth or far away from it?
We are coming closer. We are not, that's why they sped up. We are not close at this moment, but we are coming closer.
Ask what their relationship is to man on the planet Earth.
They've been here many times before. They are observing us. They are intrigued with us. They're just watching over us, trying to communicate with us without really interfering with us. They are amused, really, by our behavior, by our inability to accept their existence or any existence other than our own physical existence. but they do come to watch us. It's sort of a budding for them to be able to look maybe, nope, not even looking into their own past, because they were able to accept a lot more than we from the beginning, or from whenever. So it's just watching something bloom for them.
Ask them if they know how man came to be on the planet Earth.
Mentor was talking to me. Like, all these other beings are not talking to me. I feel kind of like I don't know why, I feel like a little pet that's just there. However, I hadn't directed a question directly to them, so I just did, and I asked, and now this screen, which was viewing the outside, I'm seeing a great swirl of color, whites and very pastel colors. And I'm going to keep watching it, and I think my answer will come. I got from this being that I asked this question to, much as that I had received before, being just a sect of energy beings that were into experimenting and tried an experiment, and that's how the physical, our physical reality was created. And through their experimenting, and through their failure or their lack of success, or to really work with the experiment once it got going, once they lost control, other reality levels have checked in and kind of had an eye on the experiment, the system, and that's what these people are doing. They have the abilities, or to move, or to be in different reality levels at the same time, to move back and forth, or to be in two. And I have the very distinct impression that it is not beyond their power to form, as I feel their forms, or for me, for some reason, to change their form and become totally human. And actually, as I say this, all of them do. And now are going back to what they were, to enable them to be on this planet without being observed, or to even start their own sort of a colony, or their own implants onto our world, and the various planets throughout this system.
Ask them if they have the power to visit us in our location on the planet Earth.
They have the power to come to. They are moving. That their ship is moving individually from where they are at this moment. I don't think they have the power. I think it's a sort of a joint effort in this ship. This ship that I call it a ship, I think it's just a storehouse for all of their energies, and combined they can do much, and individually they can still do a lot, but combined they can do so much more. So, yeah.
Ask them then, our mentor, if they would help us in our attempt to achieve on the planet Earth.
I got that they're not really, they don't really want to do that. Not that they don't want us to achieve, and different beings from their level are on this planet, and this ship does come. But how they want to aid us would be through these sources that they have here. I did get that there are other where communication would be much easier, different sort of space, or well, these entities, different entities like these, different spacecraft, that communication would be much, much easier. These just really want to observe and experiment with their own. They don't really want to deal with us other than on an experimental basis. I don't know in time, but I got at this moment that they're not really the least concerned with helping.
What would be their basic interest then? Simply curiosity?
It's kind of a help their own. By that I mean they have these people here, and they would help them gladly. Kind of a watch over your own, and not really concerned about the other beings around. So I guess for me to be on this ship, or that's why I guess I felt like a pet. It is a curiosity, or something that's there and you can watch it, but you're not really that involved with it, or it's not a main purpose or directive for them.
Are any of their own on the planet Earth at this time?
Well, I have the impression they are.
Is it possible for us to get in touch with any of their own that are on the planet Earth?
I received no answer, but I'm feeling very strong pulls, and I'm going to see what I can pick up from that.
Very good.
Anything specific? I was feeling different pulls, and feeling or pursuing a geographical map of this planet. I felt a very strong sensation, or feel like there's a colony, not just one, as I was perceived. I could not determine from the southern portion of the United States and from a very strong pull from Russia. But I felt a very, very strong pull in the Panama area, sort of a colony, and not just one.
See if you can pinpoint it.
Okay. Instead of pinpointing it, half of me is there. It is a colony. It is a small village. A village. Name-wise,
in what country is it?
far from the water. It's in the Panama oh, village. Very, very backward. by our standings, and yet very much ahead of us in their abilities to communicate. They are very much aware of my presence. They do nothing except expand their ability to communicate. It's odd. They are just surviving. They are just experiencing, I think, the human form. They are not into betterment of any mankind. They are just into their own tribal rituals. They are truths keep flashing through my mind. They're into a sort of what in our opinion would be a satanical behavior. Yet their sources are very clear to this spaceship. As I said, I was at both places, and I am now just in this village. Mud huts, mud, dirt, and yet the dirt floors and very ancient, so ancient looking, like looking back 1,000 years. I wonder if my time is off.
Maybe.
They are very much in touch with their source. My time is off.
How far off is it?
I am before a white man. I am before. I see no animal-wise. I'm looking for animals. And I don't see a horse, nor do I see a mule, nor do I see a donkey. Wild. I see some wild dogs. Dogs kind of look like greyhounds. Just sleek animals, slim, mean teeth. Very much in touch. It's what they live for. Their communication. Their communication with themselves is very in tune. Needing very little need for words or written language. The boats, canoe type things that can seat as many as 6, with 2 sets of odd paddles, not like a canoe paddle. Their communication, or they're written, they draw. I'm looking at on their boat, very beautifully drawn or painted in like birds. And I think this is a symbol for the other sex around them. They're very private. And I get that most of the others are intimidated by them because of their extreme power. Their needs are very simple, but they have all that they need. They can make. They're really strong. Their knowledge is on the same level as that of the spaceship. Well, that's because they are those beings, but this is like not the first generation. Do you have any questions?
No, I think move back now to the spaceship. If you can do this, just move back to where Mintar is. And when you're back into the spaceship, then ask Mintar if he can... Is there a way that he can help us get in touch with others in other craft that are much different or much more easy to communicate with?
All right, I asked him, he said he would. So I thanked all the beings for allowing me to be with them on their journey, and we walked through the wall.
Very good.
We are now out in space, and we are there's another starship right there. It's almost exactly the same, except it has doesn't have the row of windows, and it doesn't have as round a dome, sort of more flat, and the dome is not as high. But it has like a wing off the back of it, round cylinder type of tube off the back of it, which is part of the ship itself. We are going into it, and I'm kind of in a conference area. Everything is rounded. A being has come over to where I am. I don't even want to look at him. Don't know, I just don't want to look at him.
Alright.
He, and it's not that I'm afraid to look at him, it's more total repulsion. And he has my hands. And do you have any questions?
No, I think that if you can understand, ask for what the feeling and why the repulsion.
You have to learn to accept the ugly side of things as well as the beautiful. I can now look at it. And it still repulses me, but I can look at it. accept it, though. I have to get away from the physical concepts of beauty, from a vanity point. It's so irrelevant. I feel almost guilty. So I feel nothing but very warm, soothing, very nice. I feel very comfortable. I do. It's amazing. I just feel so guilty for feeling repulsed. And yet the physical repulsion is there. And he's just smothering me with very, very beautiful, almost, onto me. And it's kind of encasing me in his energy. It's a very warm feeling. If it's possible, it's a beautiful thing in an ugly, very ugly way.
Do you feel more comfortable now?
Yes, I feel very comfortable. I can now return and open up and give him some of my energy.
Very good. Now I ask him now how you can how can you return again very easily and establish communication at a future session, a future meeting?
This is just crazy, but I got that I must contact him, and I have to do that, and I will.
Very good. Ask if he will help us in some of our projects in the future.
Everything's right now from a very sexual standpoint. And I'm getting no response from him, or any response, other than from the vibrations from him, from the situation.
Yes, And at this time, can you return yourself, or you'd like to have Mintar help you return?
I can return.
Then thank them both very much, very deeply, and return easily, and slowly and comfortably back to your physical and normal focus 12. How are you now?
Floating, but fine.
That's good. Move easily back into focus 12 now. And then on down to 10. All right?
Mm-hmm.